the Aperture Assassin channel. I'm your host, Liam Douglas, and in this episode, we're going to be going over the display and print menu on the Canon EOS R5, also known as the Blue Menu Tab. Now, as I said before in the other videos, even though I'm using the Canon EOS R5 for these videos, Canon has pretty much kept their menu system the same between their DSLRs and their mirrorless for quite some time now, which is extremely convenient for you because this video will still help you out. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right into it.
All right, so first up in the blue menu on the Canon EOS R or Canon cameras in general, we have the option to protect images. And if we go into that, you can select images that you want to protect. Now, I just have a single image that I shot in the office upstairs, and I'm not going to protect that. I just wanted to show you all of the subsections in this menu. So you have select range, where you can select a range of images, all images in a particular folder. You can unprotect all images in a folder. You can protect all images on the card and unprotect all images on the card. Now, this is so if you protect the images, it'll prevent them from being deleted. If you later select erase or even format card, I believe even format card will not function because the images are protected. Next up, we have rotate image. Now, this would allow you to select an image and then rotate it. You see each time I press the set or Q button, it rotates the image 90 degrees until I'm back to the original view. Next up, you have the ability to erase images. You can select and erase images. You can select a range of images. You can choose all images in the folder or all images on a SD card. Print order. I can't actually use this because I don't have any compatible images for selection right now, but it lets you select images and put them into a print order that you want to print them in. There's also a photo book setup option, but again, I don't have any images that qualify for that. Next, we have image transfer, which allows you to select images that you want to transfer to your smartphone or tablet. And you can choose RAW plus JPEG transfer, RAW only, or JPEG only. Usually my stuff is set to RAW because that's what I shoot all the time. And you also have, which is great out for me, an option to transfer images with captions if you put captions on them, which I don't know who is going to do that because I would imagine it's got to be a pain in the butt to try to put captions on photos using the camera's menu and buttons, which aren't really made for typing things. The last item we have on the first tab is raw image processing, and you can select individual images or a range of images, and it will process them from RAW to JPEG format. If you wanted to get quick and easy JPEGs that you could upload to social media, but wanted to, I believe it will allow you to retain the RAW files of the JPEGs, the original RAWs, so that you could post-process them later on. And get some better results with, modifying the shadows and the highlights and stuff like that. The second tab allows you to do cropping. Again, I don't have any compatible images right now, but you could crop the images just like you could in Photoshop or Affinity Photo or any other software. You can resize the images from large to a smaller aspect ratio. You can rate the images, which the ratings will transfer through to Lightroom. You can create a slideshow with your images. If you have enough, you can set it up, and then you can hit start to run through the slideshow on the rear LCD on your camera. You can set image search conditions based on ratings, time they were taken, stills versus video, or protected versus unprotected. You'll see the star ratings at the bottom, 1 through 5, just like in Lightroom. Image jump with the top wheel, which is the wheel next to or right behind the shutter. This would allow you to jump one image at a time, 10 images at a time, jump images by specific number, display by date, display by folder, display movies only, display stills only, display protected images only, and display by image rating only. And the third and final tab that we have for the blue menu, we have playback information display. This is where you can turn on and off all the playback items in your menu, in your LCD. As you can see here, you can show the histogram, white balance. You can show your sharpness settings and all of that. You can show your playback, your mode with details. And then you have your playback information. You have these other items over here, color space, peripheral illumination correction on or off, distortion correction, image sent to, your latitude and longitude if you have GPS hooked up to it, and the IPTC information as well. It could come in handy. Some people use that information, some people don't. Highlight alert. If you turn that on, when you're taking images, it'll show you highlight alerts. It'll flash them over top of your image as an overlay, which can come in handy. AF point display. If you have this turned on and you take an image, when you review it later on your camera, it'll show you on the rear LCD exactly where your focus point was at that time when you took the image. The playback grid, you can turn on and off. You can set it to 3x3, 6x4, or 3x3 plus diagonal. And you can see the symbolic representations next to them. Movie play count will show record time, or you can have it do time code. View from last scene, you can enable or disable. And magnification approximate is 2 times. You can set it to 1 time, no magnification, 2 times, magnify from center, 4 times from center, 8 times from center, 10 times from center, actual size from selected point, or same as last, magnification from center. And again, those are items that I don't play around with. I generally don't go into the blue menu at all. I generally skip right over it. And one of the things we'll get into in the last video in this series is setting up custom menus. That's what I do. I tend to set the items I use most frequently in my own custom menu and then go from there. All right, so that is going to wrap up the Canon menu, the blue menu tab, which is your display, images, and transfer settings on the EOS R and pretty much all the other Canon cameras. Like I said, Canon hasn't changed their stuff much over the years, which is one of the reasons why so many people love Canon's menu system. It's easy, it's intuitive, it's simple to navigate, and they've kept it pretty much the same for a long time. So even though you might not have an EOS R, or maybe you got an RP, or maybe you got a T8i, these videos will still come in handy because a lot of your items in these menus will still be the same as the ones in these videos. All right, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video, and I will see you next time. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so you can be notified when the next video drops.